Okay, welcome to the Data Analysis Project. Here's a question. Who are the top 10 highest grossing movie stars of all time? That means the actors and actresses who've made the most money. You might want to think about what kind of movies they might be in. So let's give you a chance to think. If you need time to make your list of 10, you can hit pause right now and think. Okay, welcome back. Here's the list. Number 1 is an actress named Scarlett Johansson, followed by Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Downey Jr., Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, Tom Cruise, Chris Evans, Vin Diesel, Chris Hemsworth, and Bradley Cooper. You see in the second column, it says how much money they've made. But if you look over at the far right column, you're going to learn a very interesting, sort of disturbing pattern. Almost every one of them was in some kind of Avengers movie. A lot of them were in Avengers Endgame, which made so much money. So let's use this information to come up with a challenging math problem. Okay, so I took the names, Scarlett Johansson, Samuel Jackson, all the way down to Bradley Cooper. And what I did was counted the number of letters in their name. Scarlett Johansson has a really long name, has 17 letters. Samuel Jackson only has 13. And then you got like Tom Cruise, he only got 9. So the idea is we made that list, and then we did some math stuff to it. We found out some data words and terms that will help us understand the data and information better. So if you look at the top right cloud, it says range is 8. The way you find the range is you find the longest name, which is Scarlett Johansson, 17, and the shortest name, which is a tie between Tom Cruise and Vin Diesel, and that's at 9 letters, and you subtract 17 minus 9, and you get your range, which is 8. Next, in the second cloud is the mode. The mode, M-O-D-E, stands for the most occurring data entry. That means the most popular number of letters. And if you look, 10 is the most popular because 3 people have that. Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, and also Chris Evans. Okay, if you go down to the next cloud going down is the median. The median is where you take the numbers and you place them in order from left to right, from smallest to biggest. So looking at our list, it would go 9, then 10, then 10, then 10, 12, 13, 13, 14, and then 17. And when you put them across, there's 10 entries, and you want to find the one that's in the middle. Now, if there was an odd number, there would be a number that would be right in the middle. But for this one, there's an even number of 10 names, so we're going to look between person 5 and person 6. The good news is number 5 has 10 letters and number 6 has 12. So to find the middle of 10 and 12, or the average between those two, is easy. It's 11. So the median is 11. And last but not least is the mean, sometimes better known by its nickname, the average. And what you do is add up all 10 numbers, 17 plus 13 plus 12 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9 plus 10 plus 9 plus 14 plus 13. You add them all up, you get 117. And then you divide it by the number of entries. And since there's 10, we're going to do 117 divided by 10. You can use a calculator if you need to. It comes out to 11.7. Just under 12 letters is average for the number of names of these people. Now, here's your job. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is create a list of 10 other movie stars. They can be any movie star that you want to do. Or if you don't want to do movie stars, you could do professional athletes or musicians. Really, any list would be fine, but 10 people who have something in common, and then you write out their names and check their name lengths. But here's the rule. When you're done, The names that you chose, they have to have a range of 12. That means the distance from the smallest to the biggest has to be 12. The mode has to be 14. That means the one that occurs the most has to be 14 letters long. The median, when you put them in order from 1 to 10, if you look at number 5 and number 6, in between, the average of those two has to be 16. And finally, at the bottom there, we got the mean, which is the average of 15. So you take all 10, you add them all up, you divide it by 10, and the average has to come out to be 15. Now that's going to take a little work. You're going to have to keep adding and subtracting different names until you get a list of 10 names that meets all of these criteria. Probably smart to hit pause at this point and give that a try. That's going to be hard enough. What's that? You need something more challenging? Okay, well, now that you have your list, you created your list, you're going to fill it out on here. Now, here's a challenge question. What would be a name that you could add that would really lower your mean? What's a name that you could add to your list? So if you did musicians, you would add a musician's name, but what would be one that would really lower your mean, make it much lower? Or challenge 1B, what would be a name that would really raise your mean or make it a lot higher? What? Another challenge problem? Sure, here you go. What name or names could you add to your list that would change the mode? So whatever your mode was, what names could you put onto your list that would change the mode from the 14 that we had to something different? Another challenge, challenge number 3. Add names to your list that would change the median. Finally, challenge 4. How many names could you add to your list that would not change the mean? So take your 10, the mean is 15, and then see how many more you could add where it still turns out that your mean is going to be 15. Okay, give those challenges a shot and we'll see how you do.